Hello, welcome to my channel, Shine Your Light. My name is Amber, and this is going to be the intuitive energies and messages I have been picking up on for September. This is Captain, one of my cats, and I want to thank you for being here and taking the time to watch this and listen to this video. I really appreciate it. Usually I go through and explain how the energy feels to me. The mosquitoes are out too, so I'll try to make it quick. And the themes that have come up for the month and any messages that have come through. This month, September, feels to me like I just want to go and be a recluse. Not the spider, but like just go hide away, have me time, have alone time. Some quiet time. And it kind of feels like, just kind of being in your own yard, your own house. And here comes Atlas. Yes. It also feels very earth sign-like very grounded energy. It does feel like the energy is going to pick up by the time the autumn equinox or fall equinox rolls around on the 23rd. Something that I noticed in August, though, I did want to mention, because maybe some of you have been noticing this too, but probably mid-August and on, I was really noticing time manipulation. I was noticing that there were times that I would feel like time just flew by. I had a hard time recalling what I did or what little I did. And other times it felt like when I was more in the flow and I wasn't trying to do stuff that I had either planned or, I just was kind of going with the flow and rolling with the punches, and whatever came up, tackle it. And I noticed that I had gotten a lot done in what seemed to be a very little amount of time, almost like time stood still for a little while I got stuff done. And we do have abilities to be able to work with time in those ways. And if we need a little extra time, to ask to have time slow down a little bit. If we need time to speed up, we can also request that as well. But, Cappy, the mosquitoes are everywhere. The themes that came up for September are mini moments and be still, the words create your comfort, and self-awareness, self-talk, honor, and take care of yourself. For the theme mini moments and be still, this kind of goes along with the time manipulation that I noticed. The message with mini moments were the words, be aware of pockets of conscious time. And you may have more conscious awareness of being in the moment this month. Really feeling appreciation for something that maybe you didn't have a significant amount of appreciation for in the past. You might notice details in the smaller things this month. There also could be realizations, like I was feeling like things that were important to you in the past, you may notice are not nearly as important to you now. And kind of like small moments of where you notice the shift in how you feel now versus how you felt in the past. There was a strong feeling of appreciating the still, quiet moments, even if they are just small little tidbits of time. And I noticed too that I have been preferring to just be in the quiet. When before I've always wanted to either have some music going or listen to YouTube videos, or, you know, if you listen to podcasts or whatever, have something going, almost a multitasking of, you know, listening to things while I'm working and doing things. But I'm finding myself really noticing that I'm enjoying these quiet pockets of time and not turning on noise, if you will, or videos or anything, and not feeling guilty for not being busy all the time, I guess. I did notice at times that I would find myself just sitting in the chair, not really thinking about anything, and just really enjoying being, just being for a few minutes. There goes Cappy. The words "create your comfort" really made me feel very Virgo-like. And most of the planets are in retrograde right now, so that might have something to do with really wanting to make the most of your comforts, like your home. I noticed that I wanted to put effort into getting my home more like the way I want it, more comfortable for me. I'm sorry if you can hear the dogs barking in the background. I've also felt like making small changes to things around my house, getting rid of things. And then the words that kept popping in my head were creature comforts. But it wasn't in a bold way. It was more like the feeling of really small comforts, but having big appreciation for them. It felt more cozy, like when you wrap up in something soft and cozy and warm, and you just enjoy that moment. And then the other message, the other things that came through with this was find something that makes you happy. Create moments that bring you joy, even if they're very small. The next theme was self-awareness, self-talk, honor, and take care of yourself. And those really kind of go with the Virgo sense too, in the sense of needing to take care of yourself. Parts of this felt like instant realizations of our own reactions. Instantly having that awareness when you're triggered. Also really noticing how you speak to yourself. And I think that that could come up more this month, that if you're in a pattern of not speaking the best about yourself to yourself, you're going to start noticing that more. And in that sense, you can start to self-correct and try not to put yourself down. Personally, I've felt myself being drawn more to wanting to learn how to eat better, and I'm learning more about eating healthier. And I've often in the past, my go-to has been more like exercise, not as much diet, but really both are needed. But I've noticed recently that my go-to isn't going to do those exercises, but I'm really have been wanting to learn more about different foods and how they react in the body, and kind of breaking through some of those things that you hear all the time, and trying to find what works for me. I did, however, catch myself several times getting caught up in really overthinking about this subject too, and getting caught up in that web of guilt by choices I've made in the past, and not just for myself, but especially for guilt of, he's chewing on his sticks, so you probably hear that. I was really getting caught up in this guilt of not learning more about healthier food choices and diet before, when my daughter was younger, and start that practice back then. And making different choices in foods, years ago. And then I noticed a big self-correct right in that moment, and that was, don't get caught up in or create these webs of guilt for yourself. The big feeling that came with it, with this whole taking care of and honoring yourself, was to forgive yourself. It was self-forgiveness for choices that you've made in the past. A lot of the feeling was let go of feeling negatively about not knowing then what I know now. And it is never too late to make changes and to start a new practice. Holding on to guilt or disappointment only creates stress in the body, and that is not taking care of yourself. Start small and honor yourself for all of the small changes that you begin to make. When tuning in, I was shown a pineapple. And my human mind went straight to SpongeBob SquarePants lives in a pineapple, And when I asked Spirit, why a pineapple? The answer that they said was, it's rough on the outside and sweet on the inside. And it felt like a metaphor for life. In our outside 3D worlds, it is rough sometimes. And anytime we have the choice that we can take a moment and be still and be quiet and go within and enjoy that peaceful sweetness within. And the next thing that I saw was someone cutting up a pineapple, and it was being cut in many different ways. And I got the feeling like there is no wrong way to cut up a pineapple. And the feeling was that it was representing that not everything is linear. Nothing is linear. Time, timelines, lessons. There is no wrong order. There is no right order. And just like cutting up a pineapple, no wrong way, no right way. There are parts that we cut away, we don't eat, but in the end, the goal is the same, and that is being able to taste that sweet fruit. There is work to be done to get to that sweet fruit, just like in life, and there are things and parts that we do cut away and leave behind before we get to taste some of the sweetness at times. And this felt like it went along with phases of life also. The next thing that I saw when tuning in was I was walking down a sidewalk and just leisurely strolling along, but up ahead of me I could see that the pavement ended and it turned into a dirt path with a fork in the road, and there were 3 paths. So I could tell right away that there are going to be choices and decisions that need to be made. And I noticed while I was walking down the sidewalk, still looking ahead, that I would normally start to stress and be wondering, okay, what are these choices going to be, and what do I need to do, and what if I make the wrong decision, and how do I know? And I had this like calm feeling come over me. And as I was walking, I knew that there would be no wrong choices. The decisions and the options or obstacles, or whatever they may be, will show up when they're supposed to, when I get there. I'm not there yet, so for now, just enjoy the walk. And the paths go in different directions, just like timelines. And again, there are no wrong decisions. They just go in different directions, which is not linear. And we will end up where we are supposed to end up, and we will be where we are supposed to be. When tuning in for a message from Spirit on what we need to know for September, it was really short, but it was the words, love and honor yourself in the moment. By doing this, you help others to do the same. So with that, I wish you the very best this month, and I am going to go back inside because the mosquitoes are trying to eat me alive. Atlas is trying to bite them too. If you are comfortable leaving any comments on your feelings, your thoughts, what you're picking up for September, feel free to do so. I'd love to read them. And thank you so much again for being here with me. I appreciate you all, and until next time, bye.